Strap yourself in because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
This is
the Humane Roundup podcast.
And now, here's your host.
Welcome to the Humane Roundup, a show that takes you into the demanding yet rewarding lives of animal control, animal service, and humane officers, as well as a behind-the-scenes look at animal shelters. I am Officer Hildy, and the guys are here with me today. Everyone's here. Hello, guys.
What up, man?
Yeah.
Keep it humane, man.
Keeping the peace in the streets, son.
Everyone's back. Ocho, we thought you were in Australia last week. What's up with that?
No, we're trying to get sent over there, but there's no funds, and somebody in our department decided to take a vacation and go duck hunting.
Dang. That's messed up. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Spectacular. I was doing better when my mic was working correctly, but
You sound all right. You sound all right.
It was going to happen.
Yeah, we'll get there someday.
Well, it worked fine when I was talking to Joe and then Hildy when they first started. And then once everybody jumped in, it went to shit.
Yeah, cool. Well, before we get started, thanks to everyone in our Humane Roundup Facebook group. We've had a lot of good interaction and stuff going on there. Also, you may have noticed that we posted a Save Australia logo that Joe put together for us based off of all of our ideas and things that we threw at him. So
Awesome
thank
design.
you
Awesome
for
design.
that, Joe.
Great work.
It looks amazing.
No, you guys all had an input on that.
Yes. Yeah. So we did do a post. We are selling freaking baby onesies, hats, mugs, shirts, sweatshirts, t-shirts. We're selling all that stuff. All the funds are going to the Australia Zoo Wildlife Warriors. We did see a post today from
All the funds.
all of the funds.
100%.
100%.
Every little bit.
We did have a lady comment on one of the posts in one of the groups that we sent out there, and she said, "No way am I donating to that. There's too many fake things going on out there." And I'm here to tell you, we are for sure sending that money to Wildlife Warriors. If you don't believe us or you don't want to participate in our fundraiser, that's cool. You're not going to hurt our feelings. But if you could maybe just donate to Wildlife Warriors by yourself, that would be awesome also. And still,
Yeah, it's not like we're all professionals or anything, current animal control officer, protection officer.
This whole thing started because I was getting messages on people asking me if I'm going to make any shirt for Australia. And then one of my friends, Kate, she's an ACO here where I live, nearby city, she asked me if I'm going to make a shirt. And I'm like, I feel kind of guilty making a shirt for Australia and then making profit off of that.
Yeah, it's not something you want to monetize.
Yeah, but I mean, I could see where she was coming from. She wanted to be supportive and support, something with Australia. So I'm like, you know what? I'm like, let's do something. Let's make a design and let's make some shirts and sell them, and all that profit will end up just donating that money to Australia. And I was asking Hildy, you picked somewhere where we can donate this to because you're pretty good at finding and researching things. And we just got together, everybody like, hell yeah, let's do it. So we all just started pushing it. So by the time you hear this podcast, you'll probably be more informed of this whole movement that we're trying to do, because I honestly think it's a great idea. Even though there's already, and that's what the lady said on Facebook, that there's already a lot of people sending money that already have money. Okay, great. But everybody's focusing on the people. And yeah, the animals, I mean, there's people focusing on the animals as well, but we trying to help out those animals that are at the zoos and they're also need treatment, they need help. And even $5, dude, it doesn't matter. Any bit of money will help them at this point, no matter what.
I figure most of the funds are going towards the people, the housing, but like in most cases, the funds don't go towards animal housing or continual care. It goes to helping the people out rebuilding and stuff like that. Very few of it goes to animal welfare and safety and continual care.
Yep, and I'd take it a step further. Joe said, even if you don't have $25 to buy a shirt, a $5 donation helps. Say you don't have $1 to donate. I totally get it. Every person in their life has been in that situation where you're like, you know what, I really want to help. I can't afford to donate $1. I'm totally fine with that. I get it. I've been there myself. You know what you can do though? Spread the message a little bit. If you hop on our Facebook page, hop on our Instagram or whatever, just share our posting to our store where, share our page, share our store where we have the stuff available. So maybe someone then can donate. Even that can help us, and it can go a long way. So even if you don't have the means to donate your own money, there's still things you can do to help us out and help out the cause.
Yeah, don't call us thieves to our face. Damn it.
Tell them how you feel, Ocho.
But no, that pissed me off, man. I was like, wait a minute. We're all professionals in this field. There's super influencers, I don't even want to talk about it.
Nah, get it off your chest, man. Get it off.
I want to punch my screen.
No, there are the rescues out there. They'll make up stories just to make money.
Yeah, we're not quote unquote rescue people. We're professionals here.
No, we're government employees, and we could trust us. We could all go somewhere else and make a lot more money, but we decided to do this. So.
No, man, and that's the thing. We're just all trying to use our skills and resources that we have. We have each other to do this movement. I mean, we have Kyle with a successful YouTube channel page. We have Dan over here. He has a successful Facebook page. We have Ocho that has success connecting to the podcast now. We have Hildy. We started the podcast. So we're really just trying to push it and even amaze ourselves to see how much we can even raise. And top of it, you're going to get a shirt. You're going to get a shirt out of it. At least it's better than just donating $24 or, but still, any money helps.
Shirt, not just some crazy ass shirt.
Yeah, it's a cool shirt. It has a meaning to it. So I changed my profile picture on Instagram to save because, it really is to save the animals. Focus on that part of what's going on. It's as much as I can do to help, or any of us, that we can do to help.
And something I bet Ocho can attest to, because he does a lot of the wildfire rescue out west, is after the fires are put out, the fight's not over at that point. There's a lot of rehab to go on.
The fire rescue stuff, that's the easy part. The continual care and ongoing, that's the hard part.
Yep.
That's when all the true heroes stay behind and continue.
Mm-hmm.
The ones just want the Facebook likes and the shine, that's just the beginning. The real work is afterwards, when the cameras are not there.
After CNN leaves, that's when the work begins.
Yeah, absolutely. So we chose Wildlife Warriors. They are a nonprofit group that was started by Steve Irwin and his family to help not only the animals at the zoo there in Australia, but wildlife animals around the world. So I picked Wildlife Warriors because there was a news story recently about them treating their 90,000th patient. Is that how you say it? 90.
You say it.
Just roll with it, man.
Just roll. It sounds good. Kind of good.
Yeah.
They're 90,000. 90,000.
Thousand.
90th Eastern.
I think it's 90,000. Yeah.
90,000 patient.
90,000.
90,000.
90,000.
Shit, now you got us doing it.
I don't know. They've treated.
Did I say we're public servants?
They've treated a lot of animals there. Most recently, obviously, animals from the fire. So that's why I chose them, because they are there. They operate 24/7. They're out there rescuing animals, treating animals, housing them while all of this devastation is happening. And who doesn't like Steve Irwin? They're awesome.
I was going to say that, man. For some of us in this group, Steve Irwin was like a pinnacle in our childhood. I know for some of you,
right there.
I mean, yeah, I know there's a million jokes you can make, man. But as far as
that's not a joke. That's the term of endearment.
And his family, you can't find a family that's more passionate about animal welfare. I mean, come on. For the shit they do,
I learned a lot of stuff from watching him during fires.
Yeah,
it's like we had to call for an ostrich. I'm like, well, shit, you know what? I seen him do it, and it worked exactly the same way. I'm like, yes, credit Steve Irwin. Same thing. We had a case in one of the cities. This guy had a crocodile, about a 6-7 foot crocodile in his car, in his trunk.
Hold up, a 67-foot crocodile?
No, 6 or 7 foot.
6 to 7.
Oh, all right,
6
cool.
to 7 foot.
Cool.
And I'm like, everybody's like, who's gonna get it? I'm like, shit, I've seen it done. I'll do it.
No way.
The same way. I'm like, perfect. So yeah, he had a huge influence on how I do stuff.
That's crazy. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, anyway,
Shout out to his family if they're listening, which I don't know they aren't, but that'd be cool if they did.
Yeah.
They're the real deal, though. They're the real deal.
Yeah, they're hardcore, man.
Yeah. So, anyways, I picked them because their family is awesome. The zoo is awesome. I learned lots of stuff from Steve Irwin, watching his shows, all kinds of stuff. But they are there treating these animals, rescuing them, doing all that they can do while also having to take care of all the animals they already have. So we are donating all the funds to them and would appreciate if you could help us support them. So
well said. There it is.
And with that, we're going to continue this week with our you guys getting to know us a little more and getting a little more personal with you guys. And Joe is going to, I mean, it doesn't just have to be Joe, but he did such a wonderful job interviewing me last week. So we are going to let him kick off today's Do You Know Him segment.
Do you know him? All right, so today we're going to talk to Ocho, and actually Ocho is not your real name. But you guys, the legend, the one, the only,
The
Ocho.
OG.
And you guys know him. He's in the background a lot. He's always pumping up the
overweight gangster.
He's always pumping up the drama on this show. So he goes by the name of Tony, right?
Yeah, affirmative.
All right, so we call you Ocho. Why we call you Ocho anyways?
My last name is Ochoa.
Ocho
for short.
So now you guys know why we call him Ocho. So you've been doing this for how long, man?
Going on 14 years.
14 years. And before you were an ACO, you did what?
I ran 911 ambulance as an EMT DI.
That's a big change.
Which is D is for defibrillator, and then the I for you can intravenous veins.
That's crazy, man. So
it's a change, I went from patients that don't like you to people that don't like you and patients that are referring you.
So did you ever think you were going to be an ACO, man? Like, did you just make you were working as you were an EMT?
Yeah, EMT.
So you went from that, and then what made you go to because most EMT, they go I'm going to be a firefighter, or they're just going to be a medic. You went from that to being animal control. What made you change your mind?
Man, I just needed the company I was working with. There was word that they were going to be sold and stuff like that, and I was running 911. I was making $10.50 an hour. You believe that? $10.50 an hour to work 911, save lives. So much risk that you get involved with, and $10.50 an hour. So I just need something more stable.
Something else. I'm not trying to interrupt you, but something else we do need to specify for listeners. It's $10.50 an hour in California.
Yeah, this is California, y'all. You can get a studio. A studio apartment costs like $1,200-$1,300.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at. Is because $10.50 an hour in Michigan might be like, all right, it's not great, but in California, that's like peasant pay.
Yeah, it's nothing here.
Yeah, so I was working. I was like, I need a change. I need to get me a county job. So I applied for the county. I was like, I saw animal control. So you know what? I like animals, of course, and I worked in a ranch before, ranch hand, and have some rodeo experience. Like, let me give it a shot. And to tell you the truth, I totally forgot about it. 6 months later, they called me, and they called me for an interview, and they go, "Can you come in?" I'm like, "Yeah, when?" He goes, "All right now." I'm like, "Oh." So I went on my lunch, and I got hired on the spot.
Wow, you got hired on the spot?
Yeah, I just had that interview with it was like 2 or 3 people, and there was a director, deputy director, and someone else, and just asked me a bunch of questions, some situational questions, and I guess they liked my answers, and go, "Can you start today?" I'm like, "Can I at least get 2 weeks? I could tell my other job I need to go." So yeah.
Hey, you mentioned you worked in the rodeo, right?
Yeah, when I was younger, I did rodeos and stuff, and then right now when we had the fair comes to town, they have a rodeo, and we just go there and make sure they're not doing anything illegal with the animals. Which the rodeo people, they're pretty cool, but we do have sometimes where have illegal rodeos come when we have to go down and tear those guys apart.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. We did. I think it was like 2008 or 2009. This rodeo in the mountains, illegal rodeo. This guy ordered like Budweiser trucks and stage and music, and it was a super illegal rodeo. So we get there 2 hours before it starts, and we're like, "You're shutting it down, dude. There's nothing gonna happen going on. There's like lines of people. Like everything shut down. There's so much people pissed off, and I was just like, "Yep, that's what happens."
Everybody's mad at you, huh?
Yeah.
So where you from, man? I mean, like, what's your hometown?
Hometown in Oxnard, California.
Oxnard, California, man. Born and raised?
Yeah. Born and raised. You may not know Oxnard, but what's Oxnard known for? Crime? No, it's known for. There's a lot of champion boxers that come out of Oxnard. So Oxnard's a boxing city. We're tough fighters out here.
I've got a question for you, Ocho.
Yeah.
I noticed that you have a thing with pandas. What's that about?
Well, this was how long ago? Seemed like about 10, 15 years ago. I was taking martial arts. I used to do kung fu, and I was a lot bigger than I am now, believe it or not. And one of the instructors says like, "You're like a giant panda." But because I was able to do all the moves that the other people could, I was able to do splits and high kicks and like straight leg high kicks and do all the moves that they could, but they just couldn't believe it.
Is that how the movie came out?
No, but you know what? My Sifu, he was one of the animes. He was a character in one of the animes. He was a big dude, and he did a praying mantis technique, and they used him as one of the characters. No
way.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
His technique was praying mantis, and that was Southern style tiger. And because they said I was graceful for being a big dude, and it was limber like a panda, so they called me Kung Fu. It was about the same time Kung Fu Panda came out.
Hey, well, I know we all work in this high stress job. I would say this is a high stress job. Do you have any hobbies or any way of coping with high stress, or what do you do on your spare time, man?
Oh man, you guys know I gotta go fishing.
Fishing?
Fishing is a joint, dude. Fishing.
You play on a band, no?
Yeah, I do play drums in a band. We haven't got together in a while, but I play drums in a band and backup singer and some lead songs I play. We play a lot of Spanish tunes and like. Do
you sing? Are you a singer?
On some certain songs, yeah.
Let's see. Give us something. Go on. No,
I gotta have my cough, man.
Let's hear it.
Let's see what song. It's been years since we played together.
Just give me one little riff, like one little.
Well, it's gonna be it's a Spanish tune, but it's gonna be super loud because I can only sing it loud. Ay, 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 mamá por Dios, mira que borracho vengo, con vecina la tambora, que mételo en el Caribe y yo me lo he perdido, y por último el torito pa' que alguien come me brinco. Ay, 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 ay.
Heck yeah, man. I love that song.
I'm pretty sure that's how Narcos started. That's how the whole show started, right there.
Oh, that's
awesome.
Hey, real talk, man. That made my heart sing right there. That was good stuff, man.
Good shit.
That's fire. Fire.
Well, that was actually going to lead into a question that I had for Ocho, because if you guys follow him on like Facebook and Instagram, he is super big into Mexican culture, and I guess most people would know now that he's Mexican. I guess, does that come from...
He's authentic.
That was one talented white dude. Does that come from your family? Like, was that your parents' upbringing that made you like really big into Mexican culture, being that you're a native Californian? Or
yeah, no, definitely, because my culture is like really big to me. Like I'm teaching my kids, Day of the Dead, that's not a joke to me. People paint their face and walk around drunk, acting like fools.
Yep.
That's that's my culture that I practice. We do make sugar skulls with my kids. We do have an altar all the time, not just on one day. We do.
What's the real name of that, Och?
Dia de los Muertos.
Thank you.
And we do, we have our altars, our sugar skulls. We make our own. We don't go buy stuff. Years back, my kids used to be in a dance group where we do celebrate our culture by song and dance, and knowing your history, because everybody says, you're Mexican, you're Aztec. No, I'm not. My native tongue is Tarasco, which is up north from Mexico City, where the Aztecs were from. They tried to conquer our area, and they couldn't because we were fucking tough bastards, so they couldn't reach that far. So everybody says, you're Mexican, you're Aztec. No, man. My indigenous roots goes different than Aztecs.
So follow-up question, have you seen Coco?
I have seen Coco.
And how accurate is that movie?
It's pretty accurate. The alebrijes, like now people know what those are, which is the messengers to the underworld. And it is. We do celebrate. We do put out food. There are pictures of our
and the ofrenda.
Ofrendas are pictures of our relatives, what their favorite foods were, what they like, and we do pray to them. It's authentic.
What a great movie too! I thought that was a wonderful movie.
Like I saw it in Spanish and English, and Spanish to me was the best way to see it because I was super sad because that's my grandmother. My grandmother passed away when I was 9 years old.
Mama Coco,
and she was a reason. Like my favorite, I used to go visit her at the home, right, at our hospice home, and every day I'd go after school, and her one thing she'd say me here oatmeal raisin cookie. So that's what a big thing I remember from her is like till this day, oatmeal raisin cookies are my favorite cookies.
That's awesome. Hey, you know what? Also,
she's a big influence in my life.
That what Coco like Ocho said, that whole Day of the Dead thing is pretty big, and for most like Mexican cultures, when people die, it's not a moment of being sad. It's like a party.
It's not. It's a party.
They celebrate.
Celebrate.
That's the thing about our culture. We're not afraid of death. We mock it. We make fun of it because we know it's a party.
My one of my uncles that passed away, they had tacos and they had a mariachi band at his funeral.
Yeah,
that's fire.
And it's stuff that's going through, and I'm going through it. You guys know that I'm personally going through right now with my father.
With your dad.
He's on his way out, and we're planning all this stuff, and it's hard, but his name's not going to go in vain. We're going to continue the culture that he taught us.
Yeah.
I like how you say that. So a lot of times if someone passes away, the first thing that the American culture is like, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. And it's like, hold up, celebrate that person, right? I like to think that you can embody their spirit, embody their energy, and use it to make yourself a better person. So celebrate that life, man. I think that's an awesome thing that you...
Yeah, I'm the man I am today because my father, he came over in the Bracero program, which I don't know if you guys know, which pretty much is it's like a slave trade, in the 20s and 30s and 40s. It's where they came over here, worked in the fields. The employers didn't want them, so they didn't pay them. They called immigration on them. It's just we're a migrant family. My initial language, Spanish. I didn't know any English till I was 3-4 years old. We're a migrant family.
Has that helped you at all now in your career?
Yeah, because the language. In wherever we work is Spanish or English. Other languages also, but our main is in Spanish. And there's certain ways you can talk to the Spanish people. There's certain dialects that you learn how to talk to them, or you should know, by the way they speak to you. Okay, what they're from that region, or they speak different, accents. Like, oh shit, they're from that region. You can talk to them a certain way, and you just gotta know.
How do you speak to animals that speak Spanish?
Oh, I yell at them. Like Andrew does, calls them a little bitch.
That's great, man. And see, not a lot of people know you as well, because obviously everybody here has like a social media that they started with and everything. So everybody like, who's this guy named Ocho and why is he on the podcast? Honestly, man, you have, you've been doing this for a long time. You know a lot of stuff, and you've been involved with a lot of different like freaking fire rescues and stuff like that. And when I first met you, dude, you were one of my very first supporters. I think you were the first one that bought a water bottle for me.
Yeah.
And you're very humble, man. You're very humble. You're very cool. I mean, you're very outgoing, dude. And dude, I appreciate you supporting me. And even though I never had a shirt size for you, you continue to support. And I keep telling you, I got a shirt for you, dude. And
you're hating on the big guys.
Nah, man. And you've just been very supportive.
I get it.
So,
it's a lot of material.
No, but you're just a very humble dude, man. So I honestly appreciate your friendship, and I appreciate everything that you do, man. And I think people got to know you a little better today because we really got dived into you today and your culture and your background and got to know you a little better. So hopefully people go follow Ocho on his Instagram. Is it just Instagram that you have for people to follow you, or you have a Facebook page? I mean,
I do have Facebook, but I post a lot
personal.
of stupid shit. Yeah, I post a lot of stupid shit. I don't want people to see.
What's your Instagram?
It's Officer Ocho.
There you go. Check him out. And he's the one that likes to hype up the drama on the show.
Yeah, that's right.
You hear that cowbell? That's him.
Yeah, that's me, baby.
He's got it. Cool. Well, thanks, Ocho. Thanks, Joe. And let's keep it moving. The topic that I chose for today is interacting with the public. So the thing that I kind of want to start off with is a few episodes ago, we had Scott Giacopo on from NACA, the National Animal Care and Control Association. And one of the things that he mentioned that he kind of recommends to everyone as he travels around and does his job every day is to kind of get more engaged with the community. And one way that he recommends doing that is stopping by the dog parks to just kind of introduce yourself, have conversations with the people, answer some questions. So I am proud to say that I have every day that I've had free time so far this year have stopped by one of the dog parks in my city and try to introduce myself, answer some questions, and just kind of be there and present and engage with the community. And it's only been about 4 or 5 times, but one dog park I've been to a couple of times, and at first people were like, "Oh, what's he doing here? Like, is he
they freak out.
Tickets?" Like everyone.
Fuck
was
the
like,
animal control.
Yeah,
They see your big old van pulling up to the dog park, like, "Oh, the dog catcher here."
Yeah,
Shit, they're doing license checks. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. So yeah, they were just like staring at me. They're like, "What's he doing here? I need him to leave. I don't like this." But me having a very bubbly personality, I
That's one way to put it.
yeah,
Bubbly.
I kind of take that opportunity to make those people even more uncomfortable, the people that I keep glancing at me, but then they look away when I look at them. So then I walk over to them. I don't say anything until I get close. So they're like, "Oh, he's coming to fuck with me." And so I just go over, introduce myself, just let them know that I'm trying to just kind of gain some more or get some more community engagement and get my name known out there, answer any questions they might have. And generally when I do that, people open up a little bit and start asking questions. I did mention on a few episodes leading up to this one that we have a new animal shelter in my city. So a lot of people kind of start there and they're like, "Oh my God, your new facility is beautiful." And I'm like, "Yeah, we're really lucky. We love it. It's awesome." So that just kind of opens up dialect for more things. So I just wanted to kind of chat with all of you guys here with me about some things that you do to just kind of engage with the community so we can share with our listeners maybe some things that they can do, or maybe it's not even engaging with the community, but maybe you go on a call and there's something that you do to kind of break the ice when that person answers the door or whatever, just to kind of make them a little more comfortable with you being there and you explaining why it is that you're there and the process that needs to happen.
I think Daniel's the perfect one to take that over with his movement with the Matchbox cars. That's right up Daniel's alley.
Appreciate that. Yeah. So, it actually started before the Matchbox cars. There's a Purina pet food plant in my area. And I went in there one day. This was back in 2014. And I was just like, hey, man, I'm Daniel. I'm with Animal Protection, and you're in our backyard. I was like, is there any way like we can get some treats donated? I had this vision of getting treats and being able to just pass those out at random or just at ease. And sure enough, they agreed to do it. And so they would provide us with almost unlimited amounts of dog treats. And what I would do is I'd roll up on people like, get out of the truck, like, and they'd be all scared. They'd have their dog with them and they'd be like, what the heck? And I'd just be like, hey, no, everything's cool. Everything's cool. I just wanted to thank you for being a responsible pet owner, and just hand them a bag of treats and get back in the truck and drive away for the most part. I would, it would lead to other conversations, right? So like, oh, wait, we didn't know that there was an animal shelter close by, or that Animal Protection did X, Y, and Z. And so it was a great opportunity to just break that ice to help change that image. Obviously, that's transformed into Matchbox. And, I know we started 2020 and there's still some things that we're working on, and hopefully I can release that information soon. But I did get some good news last week, so I'm excited to share that. However, same kind of thing, guys. I, saw these Matchbox trucks and I was like, this is amazing, and bought up. I had to have bought over 120, maybe close to 150 of them locally. So I would go around to all my local grocery stores where they were selling them for $1 and just bought everyone out of my own pocket. I needed it. I was like, I don't care. I don't need my department to pay for it. This is something I want to do, something I'm passionate about. And then I started, doing the same thing, where whether I would go to, here's a great example. Went to a house for a bite investigation, and there was a young boy who got bit by a dog. And, spirits are low. He's scared, all that stuff. And I was like, at the end, I was like, hey, bud, I was like, I got something for you. How would you like to have a truck just like mine? And he had that really kind of confused but interested look on his face. And I handed him the little Matchbox truck, and he lit up like a Christmas tree. And I think his experience, changed that day from having to deal with, a traumatic event. Even we're so jaded. So we see a minor bite, we're like, that's nothing. But to a child, right, that's a very traumatic event. So being able to help out there. I also don't tell my kids, thankfully, they're too young to listen to the podcast on their own, but some of the stuffed animals that they just don't like anymore, I take them to work, and then I hand those out in those same scenarios, right? Kids bit by a dog, or they have to put their animal to sleep because it's elderly or something in that nature. I might hand them out that way. I have coloring books for everybody. So if you guys want some, all of our listeners, shoot me an email. I'll be able to send you a link to a PDF to print out, or you can stop by your local State Farm agent and request the Fido Friend or Foe coloring book, which they'll be able to order for you at no cost, and you can pass out. So just some of those are the ideas that I use to help change that image in the community. And then last but not least, just going back to your tennis ball thing, I try to keep it gangster. So I just fill up a bucket of tennis balls. I walk into the dog park. I don't say anything to anybody. I look around and just dump them out and then walk away.
And all these dogs start fighting for balls. Entire court with balls. Like,
it's a battle royale.
Job security. All right, which dog's biting which one? No, I think I was gonna say, I think the coolest thing that Daniel does, because I follow your Instagram and your Facebook religiously. I'm one of your biggest fans. Is you go out there and you interact a lot with the kids, and that's something that I do in my department also. Is I'm our school outreach officer. I think it's really critical, especially in today's climate where the majority of people are anti-law enforcement, and we fall under that scope. So we show up at your door and people already have this negative opinion about us. That starts when you are young. If you can mold these children's opinion of us at an early age, that we are human, that we are good, that we help people, not just animals, but we help people too. That can go a long way. And that's not a solution for tomorrow. It's a solution for 20 years from now when we go knock on their door when they're an adult. So I'm all about reaching out to the children. We have to think for tomorrow's generation also. And that's something that Daniel does excellent on his platform. So
I appreciate that, Kyle. And to be honest,
awesome, man.
I had one not too long ago, right before Christmas. and it was a family. There were three young boys. I would say all under the age of 10. Mom, dad, and their husky, and they're walking. And I did my pulled up on them quick, and
man, your agency must go through tires quick, man.
You got Ricky Bobby over there.
Now.
I jump out on him, and Dad's like, "Nah, fam." He's like, we're good. I was like, "Nah, come on, man. It's Christmas. Let me talk to the kids really quick." He's like, "Nah." He's like, "This ain't cool." I was like, "Look, it's Christmas. I'm in the given season spirit, however you want to say it. I got some gifts for the kids." He was like, "Really?" And then I gave him the trucks, the three boys, the trucks. We took a photo. It's actually on my IG page and my Facebook page. It's I'm holding a football, and then there's three young boys with me in the truck behind us, and they're holding up their Matchbox trucks. And then I explained a little bit about some stuff that we do. I actually talked to them about a free spay and neuter program that we have in the community for their pet and low cost vaccinations. And Dad was super just genuinely thankful. He was like, "Man, you know what? Keep doing what you're doing." He was like, "I really appreciate that." But at first he was like taken back, like, "Why the heck is this dude jumping out of the truck on me?"
And you know what's crazy? It just was crazy. If I've been to calls and I had people tell their kids, "Don't talk to them, they want to kill you."
Hey, it's Officer Hildy here, and I wanted to tell you about Anchor FM. We use Anchor for the Humane Roundup podcast for a few reasons. Let me explain. Anchor is free. They've got tons of tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your computer or smartphone. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Also, everything you need to make a podcast is here in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And that's ANCHOR.FM.
Wow.
Because we're some, the see us with the badge, and actually cops were there too, because it was a big situation. I'm not going to talk about the case, but it was something crazy. And then they were trying to talk to the kids because they were in a pretty rough situation. And the parents like, "Don't talk to them. They're going to kill you. They just want to kill you. I tell you, cops are bad. Don't talk to anybody with the badge. They're always trying to go against you." So they were just shouting negative stuff to the kids, and the kids were just like, "Oh crap!" They're all traumatized because there's a bunch of them there, And
Absolutely.
So, yeah, what you're doing, man, it's great. Just keep at it.
Well, and it's like, all right, for just to put that in context a little bit too, we're all adults here. We all work in a stressful situation. We've all at one point or another had our lives on the line doing our job. So to us, it's like, "Oh, he's going to kill you." It doesn't mean as much to us as that does to a young kid. Go tell a 5-year-old that someone is going to kill them and see the look on their face.
Yeah, it's tragic.
Dude,
that's a tragic thing. That is true trauma. That will stick with them for the rest of their lives. So when they're 25, 30 years old and animal control knocks on their door, the first thing that goes in their mind is, "He's going to fucking kill me." That's how that works.
That's horrible. That to me, that blew my mind, because even the cop was like, "Man, that's messed up." Because he was, after we were done with the call and I impounded the dog, he was just like, "Man, that's messed up. That lady, I can't believe she was telling that to those kids." And I was like, "Yeah, man. I mean, that's sad that those kids are being raised that way." And it's because their parents are in a messed up situation that the parents went to jail, but they didn't want the kids to say what went on in that house. And that's why they were saying that.
Sure.
But, and that's something
there's bigger consequences to it.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Because that's something that they're going to grow up, like you said, having in their mind. And they're just going to hate anything that has a badge. And dude, not even those kids now. There's already kids that were young back in the day that now they think that way, because that's the same thing they were being told back in the day. So there's a lot of people that hate, any kind of law enforcement.
And I don't know how much you guys get it in California, and I don't want to bring race into it, but Ocho, Joe, and Hildy, I don't know how much you guys get it, but for me, and I know Daniel's probably gotten it too, is being a white guy. We get that a lot when we go respond to people's houses of other races.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Knock on their door.
Wait. You just called me a white guy?
I sure as fuck did. Yes.
Come on, fam.
Oh, no, he's black.
But But in all seriousness, though, if I go knock on a door, if I'm in a low economic area or I'm in the ghettos or the slums or whatever, they already don't like law enforcement. But now it's a white law enforcement officer showing up at their door. And you got to break down that barrier.
And that's a really good point. And so here, I'd like to leave it with this as far as my experiences in it is if I can walk up to any door, and I teach this in my verbal de-escalation classes, is like knock on the door, like, hey, hey, I'm Daniel. I'm with Animal Protection. Man, we got this complaint. Someone's alleging this, and this. Like, I just come at it like I'm talking to somebody that I know. I don't come at it like
this. That's how you have to do it.
Absolutely. But there's this culture in law enforcement, and I'm not saying with us specifically, but law enforcement in general.
Hello, sir. I am Officer So-and-so. I am here because of this.
Exactly. People don't want to hear that. They want to hear authenticity. So
yeah. And you guys bring up a good point. One of the things that I do most often at work, unfortunately, is doing a lot of bite reports, bite investigations, because for some reason people can't keep their fucking dogs on leashes. But
that's everywhere, bro.
You can thank Daniel for that one, for dropping all these tennis balls in these dog parks, man.
Yeah, thanks, Daniel. No. So one of the first things that I tell the dog owner of the animal that bit is, hey, I'm not looking to take your dog. I just need to verify what happened here, that your dog has a current rabies vaccine. That is one of the things that could potentially make me have to take your dog away if it doesn't have a current rabies vaccine, but that is not my goal here. And I can just most of the time see the stress kind of like melt away after I say those few simple words. The process goes a lot smoother because they're not all freaked out about like what's coming next. What am I going to say next after I get all of this information from them? So you guys bring up a good point about not being the officer person, robotic officer person. So my senior ACO, who's currently our acting supervisor, is not a huge fan of that, but I do divulge probably a little too much information, but my goal is to kind of be personal with the person that I'm speaking to so that they know I'm not trying anything crazy. I'm not trying anything. I'm just like speaking to them as a person, trying to get the information that I need to get so that I can get my job done and go about my day. So,
hey, well, let's be honest. You can be as cool and as normal as possible and humanized as possible. But the second you say, okay, you talk about the problem, the solution, like, hey, okay, well, here's the next part. I'm going to have to issue a citation. And that's where they get like, whoa. We were having such a great conversation. And now, like, you're going to write me a citation, and that where everything just kind of gets a little complicated. Actually, it's funny because I went to a call. You know how nowadays people are leaving, especially for the holidays, they're leaving like treats for the UPS guy or FedEx or whoever drops up a package. They have like these little bags of treats. I was going to the house, having a good conversation with the lady, educating her about their dogs and the leash laws, all that stuff, right? Like, oh, look at that. I've been seeing that a lot. They're leaving out treats for the post UPS, right? She's like, yeah, go ahead and get one after you're done. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I brought into citation issue. Like, well, I have to write you a citation for licensing. And she's like,
that's cool.
And then when I went to try to grab a bag, she's like, hey, that's only for UPS. I'm like, are you serious? And she's like, I'm sorry. I know you were going to cite me. And I was like, I was just doing my job. Like, yeah, sorry. And I was like, oh, that's messed up, man. I was all excited.
Quite
you're excited because you got a snack.
I'm like, ooh, I was going to do a little dance on her video camera. And her little, it's probably going to come out on her Ring doorbell.
That's funny. So quite honestly, I get a lot of thank yous when I issue citations.
Yep, I do.
Generally, if I do write someone a citation, I tell them, go and get this done. If you get it done within the week, I will void out the citation. And
we do a lot of that too. Yeah. Voiding with compliance.
Fix the tickets.
Yeah. So people generally will go and do that after I issued them the citation. Some people just don't give a fuck, and I don't have to go back out to their house to bother with it. I just turn in their citation and I'm like, there you go, bro. Now you got a $500 ticket and you still have to license your dog.
So my favorite,
even the first time when you cite them, even the first time when you cite them, I mean, ours are correctable. So if like hey, you get it done, you don't. Well, you have to pay a fine. Because that's like double the work. Because they're like, you have to run down that person again. Like, hey, I told you the first time, bro. Here I am again. Now I'm going to cite you. Shame on you. So
I agree with you. I came from an agency. That's how it was. If your dog wasn't licensed, you get a ticket no matter what. If you're
That's my department right now.
Yeah, if you're a dick, we write you a ticket and turn it in, and you can go pay the correction fee after you license your dog, if you license your dog. Or if you're cool with me, I write you the citation, I hold it, you get it done, it gets voided out. But historically speaking, that is not how things have happened in my city. And so we give people warnings before writing them citations.
It seems like you're creating more work for yourself. I gotta be honest, like I get it, you're helping the public, but if you just wrote them, I guess your equivalent of a fix-it ticket right off the bat, isn't that less work for you and you're still cutting them a break? Where, hey,
it is.
I'm not fining you right now. I'm writing you a fix-it ticket. Your dog needs to be licensed, but I'm willing to cut you a break. I just have to hold you accountable that you go get a license. So I'm going to give you X amount of days. As soon as you purchase a license, we void the ticket out. It gets torn out or it gets torn up. No fines to pay. It's a win-win. And then they go, oh, man, thank you. Thanks for cutting me a break. I don't have to go pay a fine. But then you're also not guaranteeing yourself a follow-up.
Right. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. That's just how things work. And a lot of our municipal codes in my city adds in that extra step for us as well, saying that we have to notify someone in writing before taking this action. So that's
man. We use administrative sites where I go, I show up to their house. If there's no license, say, here's my a door hanger. So here's this license packet. You have 30 days on license. And I have the dates written on there. If you don't license by 5 o'clock, you can get a citation. So at the end of the month, I purge all my tickets, and they don't have the license. They get an administration site in the mail. Money in the mail.
Oh, so you can just send that right in the mail.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can mail them out too.
Door. Yeah.
That's nice.
But we have to have some ID though.
The thing that sucks though about administration sites and why I think they're a waste of my time personally is that someone could just rip it up and fucking tell you to go fly a kite. And
they could with ours. They'll get sent to collections, and then ultimately they'll garnish wages if the people don't pay them.
That's exactly what's going on right now. This past week, I had like 8 or 9 people come in say, "I'm not getting my state taxes." I'm like, well, you should have paid your citation. You can't be balling out at the beginning of the year if you don't pay your citation.
Hey, I have to just get this out there and I'm done, man. My favorite administrative citation was many years ago. It was probably 5-6 years ago. It was just a dog at large citation, but the dog's name was Karma. And so where it said basically compliance orders, I just wrote in there really simply. It just said, keep Karma on a leash. And then I just left it at that. I don't know what this made me think of that. Great moment in my career.
But let's be honest, man. Writing citations for animal control is probably one of the most awkward kind of thing to do, because if you get pulled over by a cop, they give you a cite because you were speeding, or you ran a red light, ran a stop sign, whatever. You get a ticket for those reasons. Even at that time, you're like, yeah, I did. I guess I did run a red light, whatever. But when animal control comes to your house, you could just be chilling, watching the movie. Animal control shows up. Hey, how you doing? We got a call for blah, blah, blah. By the way, your dog's not licensed. So here's a citation. Like, bro, what the heck? I was just at my house watching a movie, and then you come over and now I get a citation for like $900 to have 4 dogs. Like, gee.
I had Netflix and chill going on.
Yeah, man. So we can definitely ruin or F up someone's day, like, quick, just like by showing up. And that's why we're hated. Seriously.
And it doesn't help with some agencies. Like the last place I worked, they like force you to write citations. Like if you come back to the office and they like look at your calls and see that those people didn't have licenses and you didn't write a citation, they're like, well, you're going back out there tomorrow.
If even more awkward.
Right. And so so yeah, it is tough. A lot of the things that we have to do already make people hate us. And then you add in that element of being forced to do something that people very very much so despise us for. It gets tough to have fans.
If you're out there, if you ever had a call where you gave someone a citation and forgot to get them to sign it, and then you had to go back out there to get them to sign it, you should give us a call.
Awkward.
That's like the most awkward feeling ever. The biggest rookie mistake there, but that's like awkward going back. Like, hey, I know I gave you a citation, but I forgot to get you to sign it, bro.
You know what I do with
need to
those?
come to Michigan, man. We don't need to have people sign citations.
You know what I do
What?
with those? I just submit it to court with a correction and then let them deal with it.
Yeah, I guess get yourself out of it.
Yeah, we don't have to have people sign citations here. I know a lot of other states do. That's not a thing in Michigan. No, I fill out the citation. I sign it at the bottom that I'm the issuing officer. I give them the misdemeanor copy and I'm out of there. Done.
My last agency, we could just post a property, just write it, and leave it on the property door. And that was that.
I wish I could do that.
No, they were just admin sites, but I felt like it was pointless because of like dog owner or homeowner. Like it was just stupid.
This is the weirdest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's weird.
Listening to you California people.
It's weird.
Revenue.
It's all the avocado toast.
Well, no, it's revenue here too, but it's all criminal misdemeanor stuff. Like you're talking about like garnishing people's taxes. Like, no, here, if you don't pay your ticket in 10 days, you get a warrant out for your arrest. We come pick your ass up and we take you to jail.
You guys are a little extra in Michigan, bro.
So would you actually have like, would your law enforcement go, Kyle? Kyle, would your cops actually pick somebody up on like a license ticket?
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, so if I go to someone's house, knock on their door, dog at large, and get their ID, go back to my vehicle, run, I'm like, oh shit, I just dealt with this person 6 months ago. All right, let's see what I did. Oh, I issued them an unlicensed dog citation. Oh, they never got a license. And I go check warrant list. Yep, they got a warrant out because they never took care of that ticket. Get on the radio. Yeah, I need a unit out here. Boom.
And they pick them up. Wow.
You need to make a shirt that says Michigan, not giving an F or something like that. You know what I mean?
Or we give a lot of Fs.
No fucking way any of the cops in the city that I work for right now or any of the sheriff's deputies in the county that I used to work in would fucking pick someone up on a warrant.
All right, but hold on. So
they don't even want to come out so we can get their driver's license.
So
Yeah.
why do you need a cop to come out to get their driver's license?
Because people are assholes and they say, no,
You're
I'm
just
not
a
giving
dog
it to you."
catcher.
Yeah, dog catcher.
You got no
Pretty much.
authority.
Yeah.
You guys need more authority. That's what you need. Anyway.
Respect my authority.
Well,
That's because
peace
you work for the police department, though.
Well,
right?
no, we
You're under
have
the police
peace officer powers, but they don't give us fucking handcuffs or anything else to do our job.
Okay, but if you're going there and you're investigating a crime and they refuse to provide an ID when you have reasonable suspicion, you don't even need probable cause, reasonable suspicion that they committed a crime and they don't provide you an ID, that is a crime in and of itself.
I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
But here's how I do it. I'm slick with it. When I get there, I say, "Hey, are you the dog owner?" "Yeah." Can I get your ID just so I can verify that you're the dog owner? And then once I get that ID, I hold on to the ID the whole conversation. This is what I'm gonna do.
Well, and I do that too. As soon as I'm talking to them, because I'll be like, yeah, hey, so I'm here because your dog got out the other day. All right, so what's going on? Cool. Oh, okay, yeah, what's your dog's name? All right, what's your name? Oh, your name's Joe. Hey, Joe, can I get your ID real quick? What do you need my ID for? I just need to get your ID so I can put you in my system as your dog's owner. Okay, cool. And then as soon as I get their ID, I go, oh, by the way, is your dog licensed?
Yeah.
But then at that point,
rope-a-dope. It's the rope-a-dope.
But at that time, the ID is already in my hand. And then I'm like, oh, your dog's not licensed. All right, go back to my vehicle. I get some paperwork real quick. Oh, can I get my ID back? Nope, I'm going to hold on to it. And that's how it goes.
And Kyle, I'm not disagreeing with you at all. But a lot of police officers, sheriff's deputies here in California do not give a fuck about animal control and will not come and help us.
All right, so let me ask you this, though, is because we're talking about unlicensed dogs. In California, is an unlicensed dog a misdemeanor or a civil infraction?
It depends on where you live. All
right, what about where you're at?
In my city, it's a misdemeanor.
All right, so the officers, if someone has a warrant out for an unlicensed dog, they should be motivated to go get them. That's an easy misdemeanor arrest on their stats, which makes them look better.
Policing has changed so much, especially where I'm at. It's a different world as far as if they can resolve it by going down to the court and paying the warrant fee and having it canceled that way. That's how they're recommended. But before we get too far away from it, for some of our newer listeners, maybe officers that don't have as much experience, this ID thing is a really big topic. And I want to preach a couple things. First and foremost, I can't detain somebody, right? It's not something that I have the ability to do. However, they do have to identify themselves, whether it's through an identification card like a driver's license or an ID. Once I get that ID, that's the last thing I'm giving back to them, because if I have to write another citation, something like that, it gives the officer the complete control of the situation, because the person's not going to leave without their ID for the most part. There are people that will leave for the most part, but the reality is it gives you a sense of control of the entire scenario. What I would caution newer officers is using a term like, "Hey, do you have an ID?" or "Hey, may I see
Can I get your ID? I need your ID. I'm telling you."
Exactly. Yep. Well, and that's the thing, is because if you ask someone, they're gonna be like, nah, fam, I ain't giving you that. I don't want to give you that. So it's really coming up with creative ways, like Kyle was saying, like, "Hey, grab your ID for me real quick. I just got to take a look at it, verify who you are." Something like that. Versus, "Hey, can I see your ID?" Because that sets up an opportunity for the person to say no, or "I don't have one."
This is fun, because if you have any fun or creative ways of getting people's IDs, you should call us and actually talk about your experience, how you do it, so we can play it on our podcast. That's a good way. Call us right now. Area code 916-241-3464. Call us again at 916-241-3464. Tell us how you get people's IDs, and maybe we might learn from you.
Call us, text us, also social media.
If we get one person to call or text us, I'm gonna give out my real phone number next episode.
Yeah.
Right here, live on the podcast.
I got Hildy's phone or Daniel's phone
FaceTime
number. Right now, I'll give it out right now.
All right. So let's move on to our next thing here. I actually have a little bit of a competition or fun for us.
Let's do it.
Quickly.
Turn the lights down.
I have a game for us. This game is gonna be trivia.
Shit.
I've got I have 7 questions technically, but the last 2 are tiebreakers in case we need those.
Daniel's about to smoke all of us.
I mean, like, I suck at bro, I'm Mexican. Yeah. This is like
Daniel's about to kill us right now.
Yeah, so you guys are going to buzz in with your name, and when I say buzz in with your name, you say after
Daniel.
So it's just
Joe, the ACO.
It's just gonna sound like I'm shouting pee-pee. Cool.
Yeah. So I wouldn't shout out your answer, because if the person who buzzes in first gets it wrong, someone will have the opportunity to steal. So, okay. Everyone understand?
Are there hard questions, bro? Because
do we have categories?
Some of them
left this so open-ended.
No, it's fine. It's just animal control,
Harambe.
God.
It's fine.
Fatal Plus.
Fatal Plus.
Sodium pentobarbital.
Is everyone ready? Also, whenever someone chimes in, I'm stopping, so you might want to hear the whole question before you chime in.
Jesus,
Or
fuck.
buzz
It's
in.
this kind
Okay.
of game.
Yes. Okay. Question
OPP.
number 1.
Shut the fuck up.
You gotta answer, dude. You gotta answer.
No, bro, you have to sound like him. Like, you're Michigan OPP.
Okay. Question number 1. Name 4 biological classes of animals that cannot be infected by rabies.
This is a great idea, Hildy. Good job. Can we work together?
Can we call somebody?
So you're saying, Daniel,
Go ahead.
reptile? You said classes.
Correct.
Reptile?
Okay.
Arachnid.
That's not. What's a bird? Avian.
Avian.
I'll take bird.
Bird.
Maybe.
A fish.
Okay.
A liger.
And reptile, bird, fish,
Unicorn.
Octopus.
a marsupial.
A Mexican.
Jackalopes.
I don't think marsupials work because they are kind of considered mammals also.
So Daniel's wrong. He's out.
3 of the 4 though, ain't bad.
Yeah, not bad.
I'm looking that up though. I think marsupials are not rabies.
What's the
vectors.
4th one?
Okay, I'm gonna give Daniel at least a half a point for
That's
that because
some
he did get
bullshit.
3 out of the 4. Okay, so they're birds, fish, reptiles, amphibians.
This was probably his idea, anyways.
It was not his idea. Okay, question number 2. Who founded the Animal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals?
Daniel.
Go.
Henry Berg.
Okay,
Fucking hate this game.
question number 3. Question number 3. What year did Henry Berg
Daniel.
go?
Fuck. 1786.
74.
Fuck, that's wrong.
7.
1776.
11.
1876.
Closer, but still.
Yeah, it's 18. Shit.
1849.
Joe Dacio.
He's fucking Googling it right now.
I hear
No.
1866. Kyle got it.
Bro, come on. I was just going to say it right now.
Nope, that's wrong. That's wrong.
I don't think it is wrong.
No, I think it's right.
Yeah, that's wrong. No, it's wrong.
1889.
76.
He died in 1888, Ocho.
I don't even know who you guys are fucking talking about. Really.
All right, no point on that one.
This is super fun, man. I'm competitive. Step it up, man.
Okay, question number 4. What state was the first SPCA?
Humane.
Go.
New York City. Oh, that's New York City.
He is
Near the
right.
state of Denver.
Joe
Near the
Dacio.
state of Denver.
New York State.
Question number 5. Stand by 1.
Ocho. True. All the above. All the above.
Stand by.
Yes.
C.
When was, I want the year, when was the first animal shelter opened?
1866.
No. No.
1929.
1877.
No.
1867.
No.
I'm just going to guess here and say 1842.
1869. Boom. Kyle's on the board.
Google.
You only get one guess. If you guess wrong, you can't
Okay,
keep
New York
guessing.
City, New York State.
No.
Okay. Daniel won.
Oh, hold on. I've got the question, and this one is worth 3 points. So it's up to anybody. Anybody's still in it. Okay. 2007, Michael Vick was convicted of dogfighting. How much was he fined in the federal courts? And I will take. Hold on. I'm not expecting it to the dollar amount, so I will take within $10,000.
Within $10,000.
15,000.
No.
I'll guess.
Bro, go ahead.
2.5.
A little less.
$15 million.
I said less than 2 million.
Oh.
$1 million.
But he wasn't was he fined for dogfighting or the
Restitution. He was ordered to pay restitution for the animals that were seized from his property.
Okay, like 250,000 then.
More than that, it was close to $1
I
million.
was about to say
750,000.
785,000.
900.
How much? How much, Oldie?
900,000.
Oh, you are so fucking
900,000.
close.
900,001.
Wow.
I said I'll take within.
$1,
I said I'll
Bob.
take within 10,000.
$950,000.
How much?
$950,000.
950.
No one's saying. No one's saying names.
You're 22,000 off. I'm not going to tell you which direction.
975,000.
930.
There you go. Daniel's got it. It was $928,073.
So, my questions were obviously a little hard, so I'm going to make them easier next time. But I had my last two questions. One was who opened the first animal shelter in the United States, and it was Caroline White. And it was her and 29 other women, according to the source. And that shelter was opened in Bensalem, Pennsylvania, and is currently still in operation today, and is now called Women's Animal Center. So yeah, Women's Animal Center calls themselves America's first animal.
We should put their let's put their link in the show notes too. That's pretty sweet. That's a good piece of history.
Yeah, It is.
Okay, let's move on. Kyle, are you ready for the news?
Oh man, I'm ready for the news. So I actually posted this on my Facebook, and I got to give Ocho credit for sending me this article. So in Plainsville, Ohio, there is this judge. His name is Judge Michael Cincinnati, and he was pretty much sick and tired of the same things that we complain about when it comes to animal abusers and their sentences when they are convicted. So what he has done is he has taken it upon himself to come up with what we're going to call some creative sentences for people that have been convicted of animal cruelty. Now he's pretty much become like this messiah of judges for animal welfare and animal rights activists. Some of his convictions, or some of his sentencing, I should say, would be like where a woman was found guilty of her dog living in filth. So what he did is, as opposed to sentencing her to like a week in jail or paying fines and costs, he actually sentenced her to go spend an allotted amount of time at the county dump. There was another case where a woman had abandoned several cats within the woods. Instead of sending her to prison for felony animal abandonment, he sentenced her to go spend a night in the woods by herself with no electronic communication to anybody. Now, a lot of people in the animal welfare community right now are all for this judge. They think it's a great thing. They think it's a good movement. However, other people on the other side of it are saying that this is falling borderline cruel and unusual punishment to make people do some of these things. What are your guys' thoughts? If someone in your area...
Damn tree huggers.
So I guess, Ocho, if someone in your area, they got convicted of animal abandonment, they dumped a dog into the woods, you're cool with it if a judge sentenced them to go stay in the woods with no communication for an allotted amount of time. You're cool with that?
Hell yeah, eye for an eye. Shit.
All right.
That's my favorite.
What are some of your guys' thoughts on it?
I don't think it's fair. I mean, well, let's not even talk about fair, but still, I don't think it's right to treat other people with what they have done. You know, like if someone kills somebody, I don't want to go and then have someone kill them, you know. I actually want them to.
But we do that.
Yeah, but I would prefer to put her somewhere like doing some kind of community service that's going to really make her like work. You know what I mean? Something that's really going to make her work and be like, man, I'm never doing that again. Because just putting someone in the woods with no technology, there's some people that do that just for free. That's not torture.
I think I agree with Joe. I would rather make them do something or go somewhere that they don't want to be. And
like pick up dog shit.
Make it so miserable for them that they are like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, like make him actually pay the consequences.
It is creative punishment, but it is creative punishment.
It is creative. Yeah.
I'm trying to look through his eyes, the judge or her eyes. Maybe they've done the traditional stuff many times, and they see repeat offenders, and you're like, you know what, fuck it. You're gonna go sit in the woods. Have a good day. You know, like
that's where I was gonna go with today's world. Is we almost need to wait and see. Let's give it 5 years and see what the recidivism rate is on this. Is this actually rehabbing people or is it not? And I think that would be the true test of, is it successful? Right? Because that's what sentencing is for. It's for rehabilitation. It's not necessarily a punishment. And we can
have a dog. If someone has a dog knee deep in, or in poo, living in the poo, and if a judge sentences somebody to hang out knee deep in poo and dog crap.
Clean out septic tanks.
Yeah, they're never going to do that again.
Yeah.
Trust me, they will never do that again.
Yeah.
Dude, just make them clean out the drains at the
No,
shelter.
send that person to a hoarder's house and make them clean the hoarder's house. How about that?
Yeah.
Yo, yeah, scrape all that 3 feet of shit off the living room, and then when you're
With the
done, we got
toothbrush.
more. Yeah, like something like that. That's you guys know. You guys been in those houses, Kyle. You were just in some kind of hoarder house, but yeah,
buddy.
man. So that's cruelty. That's torture,
Eye for an eye. That's what I say. Eye for an eye. None of this babying crap.
bro. You could throw me in the woods with no technology. I'll probably be fine. Like that's cool. Get a little fire going. It's not really gonna. You're not sending me naked. I'm gonna have a sweater. Like I'm gonna have a jacket.
No, son. You're going in like that. Naked and afraid.
Natural.
In bear country.
All right. Well, thank you for that news story, Kyle. Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, we'll put the link to this article in the show notes. It's a little more detail on what I wanted to get into as far as just this bit goes. But again, it's from Plainsville, Ohio. So I guess also if anyone's from that area in Plainsville, Ohio area, get a hold of us. Let us know if it seems to be working in that area.
Yeah, give us a call at 916-241-3464. Again, give us a call at 916-241-3464. I'm really trying to get people to call us.
All right. Well, that is our show for today. Make sure you guys leave us a rating and review. That is going to do nothing but help us.
Help us.
Get more ears listening to this, and in turn will help us make this show better and bigger. And
share our Save Australia Facebook post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be like that punk ass lady.
Limited
Don't
time.
be like that punk ass lady trying to accuse us of stealing. God damn it.
Is there
Good.
Yeah, share it.
is there a way to share like
Yes.
how we're gonna donate the money, like to prove that we donated the money? Like there's some way of showing that?
Yeah, it's photocopy the
Take a
transaction.
screenshot.
There you go. Okay.
Screenshot of it.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Video it, man.
Whatever they want.
My Facebook page is already generated. I mean, it's not much, but it's better than nothing. 60
You know what?
bucks. Oh, that's
Oh,
donated.
I'll record my screen while I do that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And like
There's nothing. We're not hiding anything, people. We want to help
Like-
out animals. We're going to help out animals in the future. Bound to be something that happens, and we're going to be up there helping out, whether it's sending people on the front lines or raising
like
money.
Kyle said, push the cost. That's mainly what this whole thing is about, for the cost.
Yep.
Not about the shirt. The shirt's just there, but the cost of why we're doing this, that's the main reason why we're all pushing for this.
Yeah.
And I know we have a good community of ACOs to support, because I have sold shirts, Kyle has sold shirts, and there's been a lot of supporters. So please help us raise this money. Please.
Yes. And these shirts and mugs and all of those things, they're only going to be available for a limited time. So we're going to be shutting this fundraiser down sometime around the end of this month, maybe like February the 1st, 2nd, just to give it a whole month of run. So get it now while they're... Actually, I lied. We actually have 7, 14. So around the 25th or 26th actually is when the fundraiser is going to be shutting down. Just because I set it at 15 days. We may leave it so that you can potentially order through the rest of the month, but we'll see where we're at around the 25th or 26th. So just get it now. If you want to get it now, and we'll go from there.
All the cool people are
Next
wearing
week.
them. All the cool people are.
Send us a picture.
I just saw that I just saw John ordered 16 little kid ones.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Thanks,
Yeah.
Just John.
Hey, there you go, John.
Just John. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
So keep an eye out this coming up week on our social media. We're going to be posting a video for you guys to watch before we talk about it on next week's episode, Animal Encounters video. So keep an eye out for that. Also, on next episode, we're going to have Molly from Coranda Pet Beds on the show, and we've got some very exciting news to share with you about Coranda and the podcast. So join us next week for that.
There we go. Next week, Joe's going to sound better, and we got big news.
You guys would get the sound of Joe the ACO, what I really sound like. I kind of sound like Kyle. You'll see.
Sounds like that white dude from Michigan.
Thanks for staying up late again.
Yeah, Kyle, we appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
A lot.
It's all good, man.
Oh, I also have some other big news.
Your baby came.
Officer
How can you forget?
No, not yet. Officer Ettinger and I recorded our first episode of Humane.
Okay, we all signed a non-compete clause. We can't talk that on here. Just kidding.
We keeping it humane, humans.
Yeah. So we recorded an episode, our very first episode of Humane Humans. Please share it with any of like your volunteers, or if there's anyone like in your family that doesn't really understand what you do or what we do. Tell them about Humane Humans, that podcast. We're going to be explaining all of the things that we do, all of the reasons why we should be appreciated, and all of the reasons why people should not hate us, because we are out here doing good work, doing good things, and not doing the things that people think that we are doing. So let everyone know about that podcast so they can learn what it is that we actually do.
I think this is a good time to also talk about my new podcast. And Kyle, we're doing a podcast called Extraterrestrial.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say it right?
Yep.
Extra testicle?
Extra testicle. Got it. All right, we're going to bed. I've been.
Wait. Are you really doing a podcast?
No, bro. No.
Yeah. Hell yeah, we are.
We're doing a YouTube channel together. We're going to be working on some stuff.
Yeah.
It's called the Testicle Festival.
Okay. Your YouTube channel is going to get shut down.
Wear a mask.
Yeah. All right, we're going to bed. I have been at military.
Not together though.
And my
my
body is wrecked.
Oh, before we go to bed, Joe the ACO, how many steps you got on your iWatch today, man? Or your Apple
today
Watch?
you caught me on a slow day, but we encourage you guys to be healthy. And
hold up, answer the
okay.
Daniel, you know how he is when we're texting and stuff. He's gonna lie. He's gonna be like, "Man, I didn't get that many. I got like."
No.
I'll send it to
I got 30 million steps.
Right.
I'm gonna take a picture of this right now and post it on my.
I'm sending it to the group.
Here it is. It's 4,729.
So he really got about 1,000.
Not a lot.
We went on a hike today with the kiddos, and I ran today, bro.
You went to Iran?
20,965,
bro.
Damn, man.
I'll talk to you tomorrow when I hit the gym, player.
Okay, we got to get that comp going.
Hey,
competition.
Send me the link. Send me the shout out. Let's do it.
I will. Any of the officers listening and want to get in on the competition, man, send us a message. Let us know. We'll get you in there.
Let's get it going.
Yeah. All right, boys.
Later, guys.
Get off of here.
All right, peace out.
Later, everybody.
Stay safe out there.
Adios.
Buenas noches.